I like stories. Stories are fun. And I was in basic training at Fort Dix, New Jersey. Many days about basic training that I remember. But one in particular I remember was the day we threw the live grenade. And you see, because I was tall, I was in the Army, I was the platoon leader, because the military likes everything nice, GI, right? Uniform. So it went tallest to shortest. So I was the platoon leader, not because I had any special talent or anything, but just because I happened to be 6 foot tall. And so that meant that I was in the front. And in basic training, everything you do is done at a run. Do you have any service members here? It's okay. Usually I make you stand up and we give you a standing ovation. We're going to let it go. She's got a baby in her lap, right? That's an excuse for a lot of things tonight, huh? And so when we got to the ground, the practice, we came in at a run. Everything's done in a run. Was it back when you were into?
Sure.
Everything, right? And you entered about right here. And over to here, there was a practice field. And then over here was this big earthen embankment. Now this is not to scale. Because see, this field right here was huge, and this was much smaller. Because if I lobbed a grenade from here, this would have been blown up, right? So you got to realize that. I was not an art teacher, I was a PE teacher. Okay, driver's ed. Driver's ed. And then right here, well, we'll get into that in a minute. I'm getting ahead of myself. I get so excited. So we get up, and Private Cisco gets to go first. And I come up here to the training instructor. And the training instructor has me practice throwing the grenade 3 times. You get 3 practice grenades. And so I get my practice grenade, and I squat down, and I pull the pin, and I pop the spoon. 1, 2, 3, jump up, aim, throw, get down. Right? Do that 3 times. This is exciting. This is fun. And from there, we went straight over to the live grenade range. And so again, I'm at a run, and I come down from here and around, and I look up, and it looks like my TI for this exercise is standing in the middle of this 4-foot thick concrete wall. How do you get in the middle? Well, as I start heading up right here, I realize these are stalls. And he's just standing in one of the stalls. And as I look this way, there's little windows in this earthen embankment. Remember, I'm not an artist, okay? No, don't be taking points off here. And as I come up, I come into his stall, and he says, "Right, this is a live grenade. If you do not throw this property, we will die." Ooh, see? So I take my live grenade, my heart's pounding. Oh my goodness, I'm scared, right? And I squat down, and I pull the pin, and I stand up, and I throw it, and I get down. And I stand up, and he goes, "Private, you are a go at this station." That means I did good. I did good. Oh, thank goodness, I'm alive. Everybody's alive. Oh, happy day, happy day. And I get to come back over here and stand and wait. Then I get to watch everybody else, right? See how far they throw it, see what's going on. Oh, exciting, fun day. I like blowing things up. Out here, there's a tree. Y'all want to see my tree? I got a beautiful tree. Isn't that a beautiful tree? Then there's a tire, just a car tire. Then where did everybody try to hit? The tree, right? Man, that would have been a big explosion. That would have been fun. So there's craters all over out here. It's a lot of fun. And when we got here to do our 3 practice grenades, you guys remember that? 3 practice grenades, right? Well, when we were done doing our 3 practice grenades, the TI at that station took a big piece of chalk. Anybody ever played with sidewalk chalk before? Ha! I love that stuff. Don't eat it, though. It's bad, don't eat it. But sidewalk chalk is a lot of fun. I think that's what he had. I bet he'd never admit it, but I'm sure he had a big piece of sidewalk chalk. And he took that chalk and drew something on our helmet. And some people had something like this. Some people had an arrow. Some people had a squiggly line. I don't remember, but they never meant anything to us. I had no idea what they meant. And so as we're going through this exercise, more people are getting on this side of the berm, right? And there's fewer people over here. And so as you're hanging out over here, you're talking, you're having a good time, adrenaline's up, right? You just blew stuff up, it's fun, it's exciting. We're talking, and we're watching the people come up this way with all these different things on their helmet. And all of a sudden, Private Smith, now the names have been changed to preserve the innocents. Private Smith comes running up, and Private Smith has this on her helmet. She has that, and we're like, Private Smith gets in front of the TI, and we all know what they're saying, right? Right, this is a live grenade. If you do not throw this properly, we will die. Private Smith gets her grenade, gets down, pulls the pin, stands up, and drops the grenade at their feet, right there in the stall. You could have heard a pin drop. So the drill sergeant grabs her, throws her over the wall into the other stall, goes over himself and covers her with his body. About the time all chaos breaks loose. Dirt, everything is flying, hits those windows. We can't see anything. We're like, whoa! I have goosebumps, just remember. Woo! That was intense. And as it's starting to settle down a little bit, we look back, and the GI picks her up and is checking her out the back of the stall and pointing off to the side. Private Smith goes running off the side. I don't think she was a go at that station. But we immediately, right after we were like, whoa, we immediately turn to one another and go, what's on my helmet? Because you got to watch out for Private Smith, right? She might kill you. These are two big eyes. This kid is scary, right? So watch out for Private Smith. But you see, I'm kind of an optimist. I've always been an optimist. And I like to think that Private Smith went on and became the first female general or something. I don't know. See, you get to try again in the military. If you don't get it right the first time, you get to try again, and you get to try again, and you get it, you know. I don't know how long it took her, but I like to believe she made it. But I don't know. But you see, what happened, I would like to say that I was this great platoon leader, and I told everybody, hey, wait a minute. We did okay. It doesn't matter how we were judged before, because we're a go at this station, right? We're on the embankment side. We're a go. It doesn't matter what's on our helmet. I don't care if I've got 2 eyes. I don't care if I got 3 eyes. I'm a go. I made it. I did okay. I didn't do that. I didn't do that at all. I was just worried about what was on my helmet, just like everybody else was. Worried about being judged. Not about how I had performed. Happens in life sometimes, doesn't it? People put labels on us, don't they? And guess what? It's up to us to pull them off. We're going to play a game. You guys like games? I like games. Hang on, I gotta find it. Hold on, don't go anywhere. Don't peek! Can't peek, Copper. You guys ever watch Fox and Hound? Can't peek, Copper. Okay, so what you're going to do is I'm going to give you each one of these. Does everybody have writing utensils? You don't have. That's okay, I brought some. And I think I have enough for every single one of you. Ain't that amazing? So on this piece of paper, you are going to write something. And what I want you to do, I've got to kind of get you in the mood first. We're going to set the mood. Tone lighting, please. Just kidding. No tone lighting. Okay, so who needs a writing utensil? Perfect. Thanks for coming again, by the way. You're amazing. Anybody else? Thank you so much. Okay, so cheese. Queso cheese. That's for a moment. Let's think about a bad day. Don't worry, it won't be too long. Think about a bad day, okay? A day when things just didn't go right. You got that day? I want you to name that day. Write a word for that day on one of those labels that you have in your hand. Name that day. Was it crappy? Was it, I just wish it would have gotten over? Did it suck? Or, you know what else you could do? You could write a name that you've been called, or you know, something that just didn't feel very good.
Yeah.
Write it on there. Do you have it on there? Don't worry about spelling. This is not an English class. Love to read, but that spelling thing. You know what? I'm not the only one that doesn't know how to spell. Do you know how I know? Somebody invented spell check. They didn't invent it just for me. I'd like to think that, but no. Everybody's got to use it, right? So do you have something written? Anybody want to share what they wrote? Yeah, please.
On my bad day, I got like a scar on my face because my sister punched me.
Whoa! So what'd you name your day?
I named it Scars.
I thought you were going to say Scarface. I'm sorry. It was coming. I knew it. So what I want you to do is I want you to peel that label off and I want you to stick it on the person next to you. Or someone else. You know, maybe you really want to name someone that. I don't know. You're just going to stick it on them. Now you do. Have a sticker. What does it say? How come you don't have a sticker? Oh, it's on the side. I apologize. Please, profusely, from the bottom of my heart. What does it say? You want to read yours?
The one I have on me?
Yeah.
Terrible.
Terrible. That's just terrible.
I got two.
But now you've been labeled twice, it's okay. Some people get labeled more than once. I had a whole list of labels, didn't I? Now, what I want you to do is I want you to just reach out and peel it off. Wow. How easy was that? Oh my goodness, you just peeled off something that you didn't want on you. And really, that's how easy it is to shirk it off when somebody calls you a name that you don't agree with. Just peel it off. Eleanor Roosevelt says nobody can put you down without your permission. It's true. When someone sticks a label on you that you don't like, it's up to you to leave it on there. You're the one that calls attention to it. You're the one that shows it to everybody. Stop! Just stop it! Peel it off, throw it away, and move on with your life. Peel it off. It's pretty simple, yeah? Pretty simple. Now, here's the fun part. Think about the best day. And I know when you get it because you automatically smile. I'm getting goosebumps. You can't think about your best day and not smile, right? Does it feel good? Oh, it was a great day. Now name it. Name that one now. Now what I want you to do is I want you to peel it off and stick it on you. Fabulous. That's one of my best words. Somebody else read. Yeah.
Mine, peace or peaceful.
Peaceful. Peace. I like that. Amazing. Right?
Awesome sauce.
Awesome sauce. I haven't heard that for a while.
Heavenly.
Heavenly. I like that. Super. Universal Studios, that was your favorite, right? You go Hollywood. Hollywood. How does it feel to decide what label goes on you? Feel a little bit powerful? You always have that power. You always have that power. The problem is we get caught up in here. And you see a lot of times the worst bullies between your ears. It's in your helmet, not on your helmet. You see, it's not about what's on your helmet. It doesn't matter how you're judged. It matters what's in your helmet. What do you believe about yourself? Did you know that personal value is decided by you? It's decided by you. You decide your personal value. Who took the zeros off the end? Do you know how valuable you are? My goodness, you are fearfully and wonderfully made. Fearfully and wonderfully made. I'm a Christian. So are you. You just don't know it yet. Maybe you do, I don't know. But you see, you're created in God's image. He doesn't make junk. Never did. Someone else makes junk. And so when you start creating junk here, you're not connected to your source. You're not connected to God. Get connected. It's as easy as shifting the focus. I struggle with that sometimes. You see, I left a very lucrative career as a teacher. There wasn't a single person that said, "Wow, Jeannie, you're going to go out there and take on the world. I'm so proud of you. You go, girl." They were like, "She's dumb. Get 2 weeks for Christmas, June and July off, half of August. She's a freaking idiot." Guess what? There were times that first year when I wanted to curl up in my bed and suck my thumb. Because I thought I wasn't an idiot. What do I do? And if I had stayed in that bed, I never would have written a book. Especially, see, when I was teaching and I realized we had some problems, especially with the population of kids that I worked with, I realized something had to be done. And so I created a program called Growing and Learning. And from that program birthed Bully-Proofing You. Because I realized that without self-esteem, without personal value, we don't go anywhere. And you see, if I don't value myself, I don't value you. And that was one of the most difficult things I learned. Is if I don't value me, I can do drugs. I can hurt you. I can steal from you because I don't value me. So guess what? Automatically, you lose your value as well. And the more I value myself, the more I value you. It's amazing how that works. It's amazing how that works. In the Bible it says, it's in Leviticus 19:18, the first time I read it. And I can't tell you the exact quote, but it says, "Do not hold a grudge against my people, and love thy neighbor as thyself. I am the Lord." And to me what that means is, when I first heard it, see, we're really good at loving other people, aren't we? Think about the most horrible name you've ever called yourself. Whew, there's some doozies in there, isn't there? Would you call anyone else that? Never. Never. Why do you call yourself that? You shouldn't. Because you're supposed to love thy neighbor as thyself. It says that over 6 times in the Bible. Now, I am not a pastor or theologian. I'm just a Christian that reads the Bible. I found it 6 times. There may be in there more times. But if he repeated it 6 times, it's probably pretty important, wouldn't you think? Pretty important. Love thy neighbor as thyself. You have value. You are the only you. Think about that for a moment. You are the only you that has ever been and ever will be. And you have a purpose. I don't know what it is. But you have a purpose. And if you don't fulfill that purpose, there's a hole in the universe. A hole in the universe. That's rude. I may need that hole. And I'll go to that hole and it's gone. And I will get what I need because somebody decided to play small. No, Lord, I can't do that. There's no way. Wait a minute, I need you to. I need you to. No, I can't do that. See, when I was a teacher and I developed this program, many people kept coming up to me and saying, Jeannie, you gotta write a book. No, not me. Not me. First 4 years of teaching, I never wrote on the board. I would take all those transparencies home. I don't know if any of you remember that. They're little clear plastic sheets that go up on an overhead. And I would shine my notes up on the wall because I didn't want to misspell anything. I didn't want to make a mistake, right? Ooh, can't make a mistake. Because if you make a mistake, what happens? Yeah! You're stupid! Right? So I would go home and spend all night writing out my notes for my students for the next day. And then a student would ask me a question, and I'd be like, well, you see, and I would just brush it off because I was scared to death to write on the board. Sitting down in front of a computer, thank goodness for spell check, but you know what, it doesn't know everything. It misses some things. And you hand in a paper, and it comes back with all of this on it. And you're like, did I write in there anywhere? All I see is red all over it. I don't know what happened. You get a little bit afraid to write things. And finally, about my 3rd or 4th year of teaching, I said, whoa, this has got to stop. And I stood up in front of my class and I said, guess what? I'm stupid. I never should have made it here. But I'm here. Y'all got to deal with me. I have auditory dyslexia. I have visual dyslexia. I have vision problems. I have speaking problems. I got all kinds of problems. And guess what? We're going to work through it. I've learned some neat stuff to help me get through school, and I'd love to teach it to you. You okay with that? That means we're going to get rid of the overheads, and I'm going to start writing on the board. And you know what? Sometimes I'm going to misspell things, and when I do, we're going to get out the dictionary. Dictionary moment! And we're going to learn how to spell it together. You guys okay with that? Yeah, we're okay with that. We're all right with that. And it was amazing. My test scores started going like this. Why? What happened? What changed? Sometimes in the midst of trying to be perfect, we set a standard for everyone else, and guess what? Nobody's perfect. Nobody's perfect. We all make mistakes. We all have spots. We all have spots. We did an activity this afternoon with oranges. Do you want to tell them about it?
There were a bunch of oranges in boxes, and we picked one. And then after we picked one, we got to say why we picked it, and they were all good things. And then we put it back in there, and then 10 volunteers went up and tried to find the exact orange, and then how they could tell that it was their orange. They all said like more deep things about it.
They said things like scars, right? Black spots, yellow spots. One had a green river in it, right? There it is. One of them I had to draw because it had a scar like this, and I had no idea how to write that down, so we just had to draw it. But see, what happens is everybody sees good in us, but we focus on the bad in us. And where energy flows, attention goes. And thank you so much for your help. I really appreciate that. And thanks for paying attention today. That makes me feel good. And see, as we focus on those bad things, they get bigger and bigger, don't they? And people can call us names and make fun of us, and we start to lose something that's very valuable. You guys ready to play another game? Okay, it's not really a game. I failed, I apologize. We're going to do a little activity. You okay with that? Yeah. You ready? Excited? I'm excited. I'm excited. Tools!
Yes.
Went to Principal Lyman. Layman. I called him the waffle bag. Shaped like a waffle bag. I can't remember his name. Anyways, I went to Mr. Layman. I said, Mr. Layman, I want to be in shop. And he said, what? And I said, I want to be in shop. He said, girls don't take shop. Girls take home ec. And I said, not me. I'll be in shop. He said, you want to know what he said? They get dirty in there. So I'm on a dairy farm. It's just dirt. It's just wood. Smells a lot better than poo. So I finally got in Ross's shop class.
Uh-oh.
Absolutely loved it. Loved every minute of it. And I didn't have to cook. And guess what? My husband cooks. They got them out there. And he likes to cook. And I do the dishes because I like to. So we're going to play a game. No, we're not going to play a game. We're going to do a demonstration. Will you guys pretend with me for a moment? This is you. Want to be a blue pen? Just for a moment, okay? You can change when I'm done. Whoosh, you're a blue pen. Let's say you get up in the morning. Remember that day again? Bad things happen on that day, and it feels like somebody's pulled your head off because you have to work late, and your boss went, wah! And your head just fell right off. Sucks, huh? Or you go home and mom says, did you feed the pets? Do you know what happens when you don't feed the pets? They go hungry. And you feel so bad. It pulls your guts out. Oh. Day's not going too well, is it? Then your sister wears your clothes and stains them and says she don't care.
Goodbye, Pen.
Yeah. That's what happens, huh?
Yeah.
And then you get older like your sister and your boyfriend breaks up with you. Ooh.
Oh, man.
Anybody feel like this pen? Anybody have days like this pen? I've had a lot of days like this pen. Right? Had a lot of days like this pen. Some of them are worse than others. Thanks for playing along with me here. Got it. See? Where there's a will, there's a way. Bad things happen all the time, right? People say things, they hurt us, they tear us apart, they tear us down. But guess what? In the process of being torn apart, you meet people who help put you back together. Don't they? And you learn. And if you learn from those 1 in 4 or those 3 and 4 instances, because everybody has tough days, everybody has struggles. Some people learn from them and get stronger, and some people don't. And if you learn from them how to adapt, how to overcome, you become better equipped to handle any situation. You become more understanding because you're not only a black pen, but you're a blue pen. And you see, the more experiences you have, the more colorful you are. I've had a lot of experiences, huh? Pretty crazy. I have fun. I have fun. And you become better equipped to deal with things. You're not torn apart.
Cleared.
You're not broken. Yeah. Because weird people have more fun. Right? You're not broken. You're better equipped to deal with things. Better equipped to deal with things. Anybody want to share some of their, well, I'm going backwards here. Anybody want to share something that they learned? What did you learn? What happened that you learned? And I know it could be personal. If you don't want it, that's okay. Anybody want to share? If not, you're just going to hear more stuff about me. Yeah, please.
I'll share one. My brother-in-law bought a brand new boat, and 1 week later, we looked out the window and he's going down the side of it with a handsaw. And he taught me that if you don't get it right the first time, the project failed. You're not a failure. Do it again. We built that boat about 4 different times, but when we got done, it was a beautiful boat. And I've always been grateful because he taught that to me as a young adult. And so failures don't bother me so much anymore. Just do it again.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Right? Every master was once a disaster. Every master was once a disaster. I was a basketball coach for a lot of years. Thank goodness my son's 6'9" and loves basketball. Because now I live through him. But you see, nobody ever learned how to dribble a ball instantly. Nobody ever walked into my gym knowing how to play, how to do a layup, how to do a jump shot, how to shoot a free throw. Nobody even came into this world knowing how to walk or crawl. The only thing you knew how to do was cry. Boy, you've all improved. You're doing pretty good. Doing pretty good. Proud of you. Proud of you. Are there days when this takes over this, and you get caught up inside of here, you're calling yourself names, and everything in here starts to wither? And you feel like that pin that's been torn apart. Put yourself back together. Or if you can't find someone who can, find someone who can. Because there's people. I guarantee the most hideous person who's been teased horribly forever had someone telling him, you're okay. Or telling her, you can do it. I know you can. The problem is we don't hear it. The problem is we've shut it out. Because we don't believe it. And if I don't believe it, you're never going to convince me. One of the reasons in most relationships today is the spouse doesn't believe it when the other spouse says, I love you. Because in here, you can't love me. There's no way you can love me. If you knew, if you knew the real me. And we hide and we put on a mask and we, right? Be you. Be you. Because you're special. You're special. How many of you have a goal or a dream? Yeah. What is it?
I want to own a food truck when I grow up and travel.
Yeah. I like it. I like it. Anyone else want to share? I saw your hand.
Home on the island.
Home on the island. Ooh, I hear you. Fiji or Hawaii?
Huh?
Fiji or Hawaii? I know you. Puget Sound. Okay, all right. You know, that's okay. Anyone else want to share? What's your dream? Yours. What's your dream? What do you want to be? Nothing? Are you scared or you don't have anything? No. It's okay. I promise you, I won't shoot you and eat you. It's okay. Let's talk for a moment about our comfort zone. What's a comfort zone? What's a comfort zone? Everything you're comfortable with, right? Yeah. Your friends, your family. What else? The food you like to eat. Do you know the food you like to eat is inside your comfort zone? What else?
Clothes you wear?
Clothes. Thank you very much. Yeah, clothes. House. What else? Hobbies. Very good. Hobbies. What about this? Can drugs be inside your comfort zone? Yeah, they can. They can. Everything. Now, that doesn't mean necessarily that you do them. Maybe your friends do. But if they're here, pretty soon they get closer. And once they move into here, it's really easy to do them. Now, let's talk about some of the things outside. Mine's snakes. Oh! I don't like snakes. What else? Heights. Anybody afraid of heights? Water. People. I don't like people. What else? What are some of the things outside your comfort zone.
Ross's Subways.
He's making fun of you. Spacers.
Tight spaces.
Tight spaces. Tight spaces. What about this? Y'all are peeking? Anybody guessing? Do you know that your dream is outside your comfort zone? Why is it outside your comfort zone? You haven't got it yet. Right! You haven't got it yet! You don't know what it takes to get from in here to here. Because you haven't done it yet. Heavy words right there, right? So, what do I have to do to get here? What do I have to grow? Bigger comfort zone. Yeah. Stretch that baby. Get off the couch! Stop watching TV and seeing other people live their dream and start making yours happen. Start making yours happen. I'm going to give you each a piece of paper right now because I know y'all didn't bring some. I'm going to give you a piece of paper, and on this piece of paper, you're going to do something really fun. You're going to write a dream that you have. You get to create a dream right now, young one. Because you see, the person who has no friends, that's not a problem. You can live without friends, but you can't live without dreams. If you don't have a dream, if you don't have a desire to do something, be something, guess what? You're dying. Just throw another shovel of dirt on you. So what I want you to do, and I've got some clipboards. Go grab them. I think I have enough for everybody to have a clipboard. If you want a clipboard, raise your hand.